tonight from And Union, and very, it's like they don't mess about. It's like Thursday, dark lager, 5%. Yeah, ABV. There's no graphic art there. It's very, obviously they're leaving the beer or the lager rather to do all the talking for them. So yeah, a rich, toasty, and complex, yet light-bodied and refreshing in the unfiltered dark lager. Doesn't really say any more. 5%. Got it from Waitrose in a beer hall. Was it last week or the week before? Now I can't remember. I think it was last week actually. Oh. St. Mara the Desert and Ship, 9%. Bless you. And welcome back. So, good evening. Yeah. Hot bag's probably better. Good evening, Steve. How are you? So I do apologise for being early doors tonight. Me and the wife are watching It Pours Like a Beer. That pours like a beer rather than a lager. Good evening. So yeah, we're watching Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I've got to be off the internet before 7 o'clock because it's a 4-hour film and I've got work tomorrow. So, and I'll get a rollicking otherwise. So that's why I started about 5:30. A bit earlier than I normally would start, but. And good evening to you. Yeah. I mean, the weather looks great when you look out the window, but when you're sat in the beer room, it's bloody freezing. So I think I've only had one of these Union ones one time before. You've got a live at 6. Sadly, after I finish my beer reviews, I'm on the TV. Computer's getting chucked. Not the computer, the phone. Yeah. Phone's being took off me. We're sitting down, we're watching a film. No phones, no internet, no looking at, no sneaky looking at beer reviews. And welcome back. So, a dark lager. And, looking at it on the phone, yeah, I watched about 20 minutes earlier while I was cooking dinner, and it looked amazing. And I can't wait to watch it properly. So, depending on where you look, it looks nearly black from one aspect. And then it goes round, it looks like a chestnutty. So it's one of those. It does, doesn't it? And that's a lager. Sometimes the barriers between lager and beer are so strange. I suppose it's your interpretation of what's a lager, what's a pale ale, and so on. It's not a black IPA. It's actually a black lager. It's not even a black IPA. It's a weird one, isn't it? So yeah, from Waitrose, I think it was on a 4 for £6 deal. No notifications. YouTube is shit, aren't they? Take care, Steve. Hopefully it's a decent film. And hopefully it doesn't die on me halfway through. Otherwise, the phone will be getting launched at the TV. So, doesn't smell like a normal lager. Yeah, it's this is a different beastie. This is. Yeah, I don't know what it is with YouTube and their notifications. They're absolutely shit, aren't they? Pardon my French. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so different. The nose has got a twang to it that don't taste like any lager. I'm not getting no lager malt or anything similar to lager malts. Bit dry on the taste. Good evening. Or afternoon, really. Well, it is evening now, isn't it? Bit cold in the beer room, gotta be honest. James Tinker Hutchinson. How do? Or hello. How do? That's Bowman's phrase, not mine. Waitrose. I tell you what, if you've got a Waitrose, good evening. If you've got a Waitrose that's near you, you've not been for a while, it's been a good weekend, to be fair. Go Guinness West Indian, very nice. It's been there was a time today when I come down the shed, and normally I like a sneaky beer, just to neck it, sod it, or a wine. And I came down the shed, and I just didn't fancy it. I just walked back out the shed, didn't even touch it. So maybe I'm getting slightly better. Waitrose 10 minutes, yeah. Tim Robson, how are you doing? Nottingham ain't got a Waitrose. Well, we've got a dinky bugger in the middle of the city centre, but you might as well not even bother going, because all it is a sandwich place basically, with the name Waitrose on it. No, not decent. 10 hours. That's some distance. Don't think I'd bother. You want to see if they deliver to you? 10-hour delivery. Good evening, Nagan. I hope you're well, matey. Or as well as you can be. No, and if you've not been to a Waitrose in a long time, you could take £100 and probably spend it all. Good evening, Thomas. Hope you're well. So, a strange fella, this. This is a lager. 2. Second one. I'm on early doors tonight because I'm watching a film at 7. Well, hopefully. And so early doors, I'm afraid. And it's freezing down here. Freezing in here tonight. The weather's crap. It's different, isn't it? For a lager. It's like, it don't smell like a lager. Don't look like a lager. And it don't really taste like a lager either. It's truly, what's the word? Unique. Yeah, it's a unique beastie. TTV. I'm hoping to watch the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. I found to stream with it on, and I'm just hoping it don't die on me, because halfway through you're watching and then it dies and you're like, you bastard. Lob the thing at the TV. 4 pure Maytide IPA. I don't think I've had that one before. Yeah, the Fullers last night. So next Saturday, Old Crafty N. 1698. The King. Goblin. Abbott Reserve. All 6.5 and upwards percenters. So it's going to hit you for 6 next Saturday, if you can get all 4, obviously. 4 for 6 from Tesco. Bang on. Yeah, bloody notifications are shite, aren't they? Yeah, I do apologise. It's nothing to do with me, obviously. But, yeah, a bit annoying. Favourite style of lager? It's a toss-up between, I like Estrella, really do like Estrella. If it's not Estrella, Heineken. I like Heineken. Although, recently, if I'm talking the best lager that I think exists to this day, is that one. Peroni's Doppio Molto. It's absolutely outstanding. 6.6%. Yay. I think it depends what you're used to. If you're used to drinking strong beers, you can take it. But when you start mixing beers, lagers, different types of beer, that's when you get walloped quickly. I mean, I can drink Imperial Stout glass after glass, and if I mix it with something else, I'm battered. And the Imperial Stout doesn't seem to have, because I'm so used to drinking it, it doesn't have any effect. Paulana, yes, Paulana, if that's how you pronounce it. Oh, you put some weed and feed down. I did the same on somebody's garden yesterday. Sprinkled the weed and feed, watered it in for her. Within about 5 minutes, it was black, the lawn. But that's what you want. It's killing the moss off, it's nobbling the weeds, and it'll encourage the grass to come. That's if there's any grass in your lawn. 2 for £4 Doppio Molto. Oh dear, oh dear. I always try and get that and either Le Gudale or the Birra jobber. That's 2 for 4. Yeah, Peroni is 2 for £4, yeah. The Doppelbock. Do you know, I've not seen a Doppelbock in any supermarkets. I have to keep my eye out for one of them. Yeah, I mean, Peroni's Doppio Molto it's just something else. It's bloody. I mean, the Puro, it wasn't so good, I don't think. Good evening. But the Doppio Molto, oh, that was a class. It's a class lager. Bottle shops, right. I need to do a bottle shop order at some stage. Welcome back again. So, oh dear, it ain't warm down here tonight. And again, it does not, it redefines the lager genre. You know, it's rich, toasty. Yeah, it certainly is toasty. I'll give it that. And it has a richness you just don't get in lagers. To me, it's more like I don't know, a black IPA rather than a dark lager. Taste wise, forgetting about whether it's a lager or what it is, tastes bloody good. That's really from anybody's point of view. What does it taste like? Does it taste good? Hell yes. I'll give him 2. Might wake him up. He'll have had a few beers. Always doing parodies. One of the 2. Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? Good to see all this homebrew going off. I'm going to join the homebrew. Well, I've started today with a Vimto wine, which will be interesting to see if it actually works, or if I have to get some different yeast at some stage. We'll see how that cooks. If it looks like shit in a few days and not bubbling, I'll know that the yeast is knackered and I wasted my time with that yeast. But you know, you look on the internet, you think, yeah, believe what people say, but we'll see how it goes. So it's all down to the yeast and cold storage then. That's quite interesting. It's interesting with how breweries interpret the rules, you know, of what's what sort of beer, like lager hybrids and what I can say is that 5%. Whew. No, not neither. Peanut butter in a stout. It does look good, doesn't it? No, nothing like a log. No, it's a different beast. Tastes good though. So even though I don't think it's certainly not a standard lager. You know, you're definitely talking craft, like a hybrid type of lager rather than anything that resembles standard. but maybe that's the way they wanted it to be. It's a statement lager, isn't it? It's not trying to be, it's not trying to battle the big lagers. It's doing its own thing altogether. If you can't get vanilla pods, use vanilla essence. There's a company called Sweet Success. They're a cake company, and they sell vanilla essence. They use it in cakes. My wife does. She gets a litre for 14 quid, which is plenty enough to do a full brew. In fact, you probably get away with half. But certainly, it's a cheaper, and you're definitely going to get the taste of vanilla. They also do butterscotch for a litre for 14 quid, which is why, and Lincoln Green Brewing Company use that in their buttermutch butterscotch beer. So if a commercial brewer is using it, then you know it's decent enough to be used by home brewers. If you have a sweet success near you, yeah, it's definitely an interesting option. Spurs 1, Man U 2. You see, I'm not a big Spurs fan, but also I'm not a big Man U fan. Yeah, it's an interesting, with the vanilla pods, they can be expensive. And with the vanilla essence, it's basically the same as getting the vanilla pods and putting them in vodka to bring out the taste, which is what they do with the vanilla pods. Vanilla pods are expensive. Peanut butter stout in Tesco today. I've got a few new bits from Tesco. I've got a new lager. That one. Picked that up earlier. 4 quid. Cerveza How Hambra. 1925. 4 quid. I think it's vanilla extract that my wife gets more than vanilla essence. I might be wrong, but yeah, elderflower champagne, so easy to make. Although getting some sort of, don't put the elderflower directly into, put it in tights, new tights, not old tights. The vanilla essence my wife gets, that's high grade. Yeah, it's for cooking, so it's top notch. But yeah, I've done this champagne, the elderflower, and it tasted amazing. I'd like to do an elderflower and ginger, or maybe an elderflower and rhubarb champagne. No, that'd be something different. And the elderflower, because of the yeast in the elderflower, natural yeast, it would certainly brew, it'd certainly take out the sugar, any sugars. That's interesting. But rhubarb and elderflower. I've got rhubarb at work growing. Just got to wait for the elderflower to start to flower. There's an idea. 24 litres of that bad boy. Ooh. Yeah, elderflower and ginger. Yeah, getting a pound's worth of ginger root. You don't really need to use any yeast, because elderflower's got natural yeast that will ferment it out. But then again, sometimes it's nice to have that backup. The Vimto wine, yeah. It's going to be interesting, yeah. It was a shit to brew. It took 30 minutes, 30 bleeding minutes to boil it. No, with rhubarb and ginger, both elements shone through really well. Need to try homebrew this year. Wilco's kits. Buy yourself a 30 litre bucket with a an airlock on the top. Get one, if you can, get a 30 litre with a tap. Makes life easier, trust me. Mint as well. Yeah, that's interesting. This is one of the reasons why on Facebook I set up that group on Facebook, beer reviewers, beer review community, just so. Wife's blueberry fruit wine. Bless you. I like this. Just so people can share not only beer reviews, anything about beer, but also homebrew. It's great to chat about it. And you may pick up stuff that you don't know. And we're all learning. You know, anybody who thinks they know everything is wrong. As a gardener, I still don't know everything. Still learning. And as a beer reviewer, even more so. Good twanginess there in the flavour there. Different, so different. I can't put it in the lager box. It just does not taste anything like a lager, despite what it says on the can. It's different. It's a different beastie altogether. I do get the toasty elements. It's complex. There's complexities in there that just baffle me. With you know, even being a lager, it's yeah, because you can pick stuff up. It's taste wise, oh, there's a hint of nuttiness to it. Wow, this is where vodka sometimes is good. I want to do the same with plums. Put plums in vodka, and then let the plums soak into the vodka, and then use that in a brew like a porter or a stout. Add the vodka and the plums to the stout for even, because you know the plums aren't going to rot off in the stout because they're already basically full of alcohol, and it will be interesting. So a different beastie. I definitely got the roasty toasty elements. Complex. It's a strange one. I can't put it into any. Taste wise, I got nuttiness. If I'm being honest, it tasted very much like a stout. It was different, you know, with chocolates and that. A different beast altogether. In the UK, we've got plum porters, 3 or 4 very, very good plum porters in the UK. And, you know, Titanic's plum porter out of the lot, top notch. Especially the grand infused one at 6.5%. So out of 5 for me, interesting. I can't put it into the lager category. It's just totally unique. Never come across anything quite like this. I bet they would, yeah. The vodka would drain it out, wouldn't it? The colour. At 5 for me, oh, yeah, around about 4.1, 4.2. Would I drink it again? Yeah, because it's so complex. It's very, very tough. It's tough to review it. It's unique. Can't come any further than that. Right, I need to knock this one off, get back on the next review. Thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing and liking. Back in 2 minutes with the 3rd of the 4th reviews. God knows what I'm going to choose next. Should be a good one. Cheers all. Although Peroni's looking that